Are you struggling to create professional looking flowcharts, diagrams, or organizational charts? What if I told you there's a free, easy to use tool that lets you create stunning visuals in just a minute? Yes, so welcome to diagrams.net. Hi everyone, I'm Ron and today we are diving into diagrams.net, a powerful free tool for creating flowchart, diagrams, and more. Whether you are new to diagram.net or just looking to improve your skill, this video will walk you through everything you need to know. Right now, just for instance, imagine you're preparing a presentation for your team or client. Instead of showing a cluttered diagram, you can use diagrams.net to create clean professional visual that communicates your ideas very effectively. And that's why we're going to do this right today. So you have to just go to Google and search for you have to just search for diagrams.net and you will come off here. It is also called draw.io, right? And here, once you're here, you can just go and click on start and you can just also download. So it's just like a software would get installed on your system and then you can just use it. If you just try to download it from here, you can just go to click on download and automatically it will take you to GitHub. It's just completely free. Now here, let's say you're using a Windows and Mac or Linux. So for example, just for Windows there's an installer, there's a no installer. Now this is a Mac OS, this is a universal, and this is a Linux part. So let's say I just go and use a Windows installer here. I click on here, you can see here it's getting download. Within just 4 or 5 minutes it will get download and I can just install this part, right? But I can also use it in a web, which is just to go and click on get start here. Now you can see here save diagram to. Obviously you need a storage, so here you can select any one of the option. If you don't have Google Drive or Dropbox or OneDrive, any of this option here, you can just go and click on save on device, so automatically it will get saved on your device. Even though if you're not able to devise anything here, just go and click on decide later. I want to save it to my Google, right? So I will just go and click on authorize. Now here I have to give my Google ID access, so I will just give make sure you sign in with your Google ID. So just go and click on sign in and then just go and click on continue. Then you have to just give the access and then again click on continue. Right now here you have to go and click on create new diagram or open existing diagram. So let's just go and click on create new diagram here and it will give you a lot of option, right? So the first step is setting up your workspace and here we are. So here we can just rename it. So for example, let's say this is I want to set it as a diagram one, right? And it's a XML file. You can set whichever file you want. I want the XML file because I can just re-edit, right? If I just try to access draw or diagram wherever I want. So here there are some templates. So for example, you can see here smart templates, there's a business templates, right? This is chart templates. There's so many options here, right? This is a maps. This is, let's just go to the basic here and click on blank diagram here, and I will just go and click on generate. Now it will ask you again that where you want to save it, type and save as name. Now here you can just go and click on save. Now within just few minutes it will just start saving it, so you have to wait here. By the way, you can use templates to save time if you're creating common diagrams like ORG charts or network diagrams or some any other option. Now to get started here, once your workspace is ready, it's time to start creating a basic flowchart. So as you can see here on the left side, these are called the shapes, right? Obviously you know this. Now there's a drop down. So for example, there's general shapes here. This is a scratch pad. So I can just, this is a pencil icon. I can drop an image and I can put it here. Right now this is miscellaneous items here. You can see there's a lot of option, right? Obviously you can just go and search the shape here. For example, I want square, so I can just go and click on search and here it will give me all these square related shapes, right? Now this is a advanced, so in the advanced you will see all more kind of shapes here. This is a basic shape, so you can just go and check out each and everything, right? Now let's take a shape here. So I will just go to the general, like this shape. Once I click on here, automatically it will show to my screen, or you can just click and hold and put it here like this, right? If you want to delete this, you can press backspace on your keyboard, automatically it will get removed, or delete on your keyboard, right? Automatically it will get removed. Now, by the way, if I just go and click and hold and put it here, you can see there will be a red mark shown. It means this is the center of your, complete canvas. So let's say I just like it this way. I want to make it bigger, so I can just make it bigger, right? However I want. So this is really easy thing to do. For example, I want in this shape, so I can just put it in this shape here. I can just make it small, make it large, or however I want. For example, let's say I want to make a completely big shape here like this, right? And I want to put another shape inside it. So same way, I will just go and click and hold. Let's say I want the square, and I will put it inside this, right? So this is really interesting. And as you can see here, the square get bigger and smaller. This changes size on its symmetry. So shape doesn't change its symmetry no matter from wherever I just make it large. Now this is one of the canvas here, and this is one of the shape. I want to just put it on the right side. You can see this option of style, text, and arrange. So in the style section, obviously there's a color. So let's say I like this blue color here. I can set it, right? And this is a fill. It means automatically it will fill. If you want to select specific color, you can just go it from here and select this color, right? So this is interesting. As you can see here, really easy thing to do. And by the way, if you want the curvature, I mean the top corner, if you want in a circular motion, so you can just click and hold this yellow dot icon, and in this way you can just move however you want. So this is really interesting and easy way to do. Now for example, I want this is a constant fill color. I want a gradient, so I will just click on gradient here, and you can see here, oh, this is looking beautiful. Let me just remove this black here. Now the gradient color is looking really nice. Now for example, I want to put a gradient of a different stroke. So as you can see here, there's two color here, right? That's a gradient, the purple and the white. So this is how it's look, right? And here I want to change the gradients. I can change the gradient from here, right? And this is a line, so I can just also put it here. So it's really easy. You can customize the every section. Now the canvas is really in this shape. I can always change the canvas while at the start of the videos. Let's I will put it like this, and I want to put it exactly similar, right? Now for example, I want to color the canvas. So is it possible? So as you can see here, no, you can't do this, but you can change the color. For example, I want this red color. I will click on apply. So as you can see here, the canvas color has been completely changed, but the dark tone is still available. If you're using your diagram or draw.io in a white background, in a white tone or whatever, you can say it is in my black mode, dark mode. But in your case, if it is in white mode, then you can use in that way. So it's a really interesting, and you can just make it really aesthetic and just very pleasing to your eyes, right? Now if I want to zoom, so I can just always zoom it by scrolling my mouse here, right? You can see here like this, right? So it's really easy thing to do. Now let's say I want to create a flowchart. So I want this shape here, and let's say this shape is looking like this good. I want this much bigger at the center of my figure here, right? The blue color represent the center of the shape, and the red color represent the red line represent the center of the total canvas. So you can use that canvas. For example, this is opacity, so this is rounded, and this is if I want rounded here. If I want a glass, I can just put a glass, right? Sketch, right? So you can see here, for example, you might not able to see this. You can see here the shadow. I don't want a sketch, I want a shadow, right? So I can change the color. For example, I like the greenish color. You can see here there's a tone here, as well as I want round. So as you can see here, you can create a shadow. You can also put a shadow color. For example, just go to edit, and here you will find a lot of option. This is opacity. So let's say I want here 50%. You can see here the opacity is 50%. Let's say I want 100, so this is 100. Can I go above 100? 600? No, actually the highest is 100. Okay, now here I want to create another flow chart. Let's say this is another one, so I will just make it this. I want to divide it into 4 parts here, right? And as you can see here, just by using the, okay, the 3 is perfect, I guess. Now 4, I want 4, so I can just go and click on here 4, and this is the best way to use it. Right now I can just put a color. For example, I want to put a text here, so this is a text, right? And I can just click and hold, put it here, and I can just write here, this is a diagram, or let's say box 2, right? In this way I can just make it. Now for example, I want to copy and paste. I don't want to drag it from here, so I can just press Ctrl plus C, or just right click on it, click on copy, and right click on it and click on paste. So there is an option of paste. Okay, there should be but from keyboard I can do this. You can see here I can paste it, right? So it will exactly paste it here. Now I can just go and double click on it, and I will able to edit this part. Right now here I can paste it again, right? So here, like this is very similar to Canva, or if you use any other image editing tool here. Right now, for example, I want a line, right? So I want a line here. I can just put another text here, right? For example, I want to write here king box, right? And make it larger. So double click on it and you can change the size. For example, you can make it bold, you can change the font style, you can change the color, you can change the height, length, and there's a lot of things which you can do it, right? That is really interesting, right? And I want to put a line here, so I just want to put a dotted line. So let's say the first line comes from here, right? And the second line is from here. Right now I want to do some changes here. For example, I want to put it like this here, right? And click and hold, and I can just move a shape, right? For example, I want to put it like this. So you will see that how many changes I have did. You will see, for example, this is a blue dot, then there is a blue dot, and there's a light blue dot. If I just move it upwards, there will be a new point come up here and here. Now I can just make a new section like this, a new movement like this, right? A flow. So if I just go and click on here, automatically a new section will come up here. So as long as you want different shapes, it will just, this is how it's look, right? So you can make it really easy. For example, I want to make it from here, so it's really easy thing to do. Yeah, sometimes obviously you will need some of this section here. If I want to connect it from here, I can do this. Now for example, I want to do it from here, I can also do it, right? So this is a way to do it. Now for example, if I just right click on it, and you will see the line is coming above the box, and I want to put it in the background. I want to put it in the back. So how I can do this, I will just select the box here, select the box, and click on bring forward, right? So I think the text was selected, or just select this line here, click on it and click on send backward. Or you can just right click on it and click on to back. So once I click on to back, and if I just click my mouse somewhere else, everything will go invisible. You can see here. Now for example, I want to connect this box to this box. So if I just put it here, if I just take my mouse cursor here, you will see this line. So how I want to do this, I want to connect it here. So I will just go and click on here. You can see this arrow has been created, right? Same goes for here, for example, upwards. Now this one, so you can see here it got connected to this, right? So this is really interesting. Now same goes for here, the circular shape. So in this way I can just create it, and this is really interesting to do from here, right? Right, so in this way you can just create it. But you can see here the text got back, right? So I'll just put it, click on front, and automatically it will come up to the front, right? So this is how you can create it, and you can just go and create on a flowchart. That is very interesting. So diagram offers advanced features that take your diagrams to the next level. So you can use layers to organize complex diagrams, right? And you can just separate layers to shapes, text, and connectors, apply styles to shape and lines for a polished look, example color palette, line thickness, and there's just so many features. And you can lock the shape. For example, if I just go and select the box here, right click on it, click on lock. So once I lock, you will see there's a red color mark, right? It means that I cannot move it. So I can move the text, but I cannot move this. I can also lock the text. Just go and click on it, right click on it, click on lock. Now this is how you can just lock it, so it will prevent accidental edits while working on intricate diagrams. The final step is saving your work, exporting it to the various formats, and sharing with the others. So save your diagram directly to your chosen storage location. So for example, once your flowchart has been done, there's a file option, so you can save it, you can share it. So if I want to save it, I will go and click on save. Automatically it will go and save to my my Google account, my Google Drive, as you can see here, right? And this is really easy thing to do. And there's so many options. For example, I can just go and share, right? I can just go and click on new formats, new sections. I can just make a copy. I can import, export, and there's a lot of things, right? So this is really easy thing to do and really nice. So this is it, guys. And I hope you found this video very useful. If you did, make sure to like this video, subscribe.